Inspiration Station, Worship 94.5 FM. Your man RoJay holding it down for you. Got my girl Jekalyn Carr on the line. Told you we got to discuss it. She just dropped this song called I Believe God. And y'all know every time she drops music, I low key lose my mind. That's what I do. Jekalyn, first and foremost, let me tell you how excited I am every time music from you comes across the desk. You rarely miss, if at all. But we're going to talk about that. Now, got to talk about the new single, of course. And I saw a bit of the backstory on your Instagram. But tell me what brought this song to life for you. What was the inspiration?
Yeah, so I believe God. Anyone who knows me knows that there's always a hunger and a thirst to see the God of evidence continue to work, not just in my life, but his people in general. And so with this song, there's so much that has happened, that is happening, that has positioned us into a place where the only thing we feel like we can do is believe God. And so this song is to help remind you and help you to understand the heart posture of God. He's literally waiting to be who he's always been. And that is the God of everything to us. You know, we got to understand that he's not just the God of Elijah. He's not just the God of Esther, but I believe that he can be your God and he can do the impossible in your life. And I honestly believe that if you have the faith to believe, he'll answer you by what you need. And so this song is really, really to help rekindle your belief in God and understanding that it is not over for you. You know, it doesn't matter how long you've been believing God for. When God says something, that's what he means. Sometimes God want to put you in the right place so that he can make that miracle great. And so today I challenge you, even as you go throughout the year, to believe God.
And just when you speak, there is so much passion. Like, I just know you've been in church since the womb. Like, from the womb, you was in there. But I definitely want to know, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but before the age of 21, you had 8 number ones on Billboard, and you've done so much. And we've seen the evolution from the award shows you've been hosting and the projects you've been dropping, whether it's the live albums and My Portion. We're just watching this evolution. And even as you grace these stages to host, and there's this certain confidence that is present. You started this thing early, but what has been some of the biggest lessons you've learned about yourself over the course of time?
I will probably say that I can do it all. You know, so many times we feel like because there are so many layers to your life or this and that and the third that it is impossible. But what I realize is when you grace for something, God knows how to make it happen and give you what you need to complete each assignment in each area. And now I can honestly say that God is really prospering me in multiple areas: music, business, fashion, beauty, all these different places. And so I think definitely understanding that I can get it done. I can do it all in Jesus' name.
And you've definitely been doing it. Has there been any hesitation on your end in trying some of these new things? Like, I know we put ourselves in a box sometimes, but I'm curious to know if there's been any fear with it at all.
I've never been fearful. For us, it's just been about doing it at the right time. You know what I mean? Because time matters, especially when you want to prosper and do. And my thing is, if I'm gonna do it, I want to do it right. I want to prosper there, and I honestly believe that anywhere God places you, he prospers you there. And so, you know, my biggest thing was just making sure I'm doing it within the right time. And just because you have the vision, that doesn't mean you're supposed to be working on it right off. You know what I mean? Like, picking on the timing of everything so that he can make it good for you.
And let's talk about this style. Now, you've been stepping out on red carpets and these stages. Shows us you're walking into womanhood with a lot of confidence while staying true to yourself. Who talked you into this direction, or was this like more so a natural progression for you?
Oh yeah, it's been there. You know, it's just that I'm coming into it more because this is an area that I believe God has me. And God literally spoke over my life and really dropped in my spirit that there are places that he will take me that won't be considered as church. However, because I can handle it, he will use it to draw his people. And so my biggest thing, even with the fashion, is to just be able to show Christians and the world in general that it is possible for you to look good and still do it a classy way, hold on to your standards and your values and things of that nature. And so it's been so great. And I would say, even for example, last year I went to the Grammys, did the preparation and things of that nature, and didn't know that I will be featured in all these mainstream magazines. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about Varsity. Just so many. And it was just like an eye-opener for me how God is just really doing his thing for me, even through the fashion.
Making that happen. Now, I know you say a new project is coming soon. Any ETA on that yet?
There is no set date. We're actually still in the process of working on it. The next thing I would do would be an EP. Just me showing my gratitude and showing how thankful I am to God. This album will be for him. And then I'm going to go back to the prophetic.
Okay.
Because God, that anything that he does for me, I will build an altar there. And beyond that, keep that altar of thanksgiving. God has done so much for me my entire life. And of course, my career, and last year alone was just amazing. And, I just want to say thank you first, and then I'll get back to everything else. And we're in the process of working on that.
Well, we're not going to rush you. We know work has to take place first, but you always deliver. Like I said earlier, there hasn't been one thing that I have heard by you that I have not been moved by. And I just want to tell you that I am appreciative to you for using your gift and feeding us.
Thank you. And I just want to thank you for always supporting me and helping me push the messages and the assignments through music that God gives me to release to his people. Thank you to your listeners and everybody who always supports my ministry. It is never unnoticed, and I'm always grateful.
We love it. Well, I will say stay out of trouble, but I know you have no problem doing that. So I'm just going to say keep shining, all right?
Yes. Thank you.
You guys, be sure to follow my girl Jekalyn on all social media outlets. Of course, keep requesting the song. So much to look forward to from this young queen. Loving it for sure. Now, you keep it locked right here. I got more on the way for you. Your inspiration station. Worship 94.5 FM.